I am in the splash zone, Anne, aren't I? I'm pretty close. I might just scoot. Taco, you were so excited to bathe in the hose water, but this isn't doing it for you? She was like, yeah, hit me with that jet stream. This is great for Storm. She gets to bathe by herself. All right, thanks for spraying me all over. Anybody want a bath? Or are you gonna come back? I think she's just so like invested in the eggs. She's like, is Newt still on them? I gotta go check. Yep, there she goes. She checks on him.
Have a little dip.
She says, are you on the eggs? She's really good at sitting on those eggs. She's very invested in it. Can you keep spraying me? Taco, you can't tell me that the hose satisfied your bathing needs. Taco, wanna come down here? She's completely ignoring me. Taco! Newt is looking very content on his nest. I've hit that perch about 5 times today. My hip is a little sore. Hi, Newt. Are you on your eggies? You on your eggies? Huh? You on your eggies? Does Storm not let you sit on them very often? I want to see angry Newt. Angry Newt. Oh, there he is. He's angry. What are you doing? Hey, you don't have anything in there, right? I'm gonna check. You don't have anything in there, right? Oh yes, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. We are friends, but we are not mates. Hi, Cloud. How do you want to say hi? I'm sure that's much more gentle than how Taco treated me. So I cleaned as much of the loft as I could manage today. Swapped out the really dirty trays for mostly clean ones. It's really hard to get the stains off, even with poop off. But you know, they're anything that isn't being used, I do switch out regularly so it doesn't get laden poop. Managed to clean a couple of these perches off a little bit. This wall's way better. But that was near the end of my scrubbing the floor and dealing with the clogs, because we have like it's the loft is built on a deck, but it's not sealed to the deck, so we can sort of hose things out from underneath. You know, pigeon lofts are gonna get dirty. It's way easier to just hose things out if you can. But with my low blood pressure, it's actually super hard to do any long-term physical activity. So I'm gonna hit more of these stains hopefully tomorrow with the poop off and see if we can get things looking nicer in here. Just been unable to get the hose this far into the loft so far because we have a short hose and also now a broken hose. So all this is just gonna have to be hand scrubbed and then tossed with water. I do want to point out, birdies, that we've had these baby bars up like a week and a half and you've already soiled them. They look terrible. Is that a happy daddy on his nest? Smacking his little beak? I've noticed that Newt tends to smack his little beak when he's content. He'll do it in my ear when he's happy. Sounds surprisingly like a human doing it in your ear, just like as if they were further away. It's adorable though. Let's go check on Storm. I haven't given her safflower seeds in a couple days, but I'm interested to see how she's acclimating to me so far with the new treat system. Hi, Storm. Hi. What? You have to land on my head? Alright. Yeah, this is actually, I'm actually quite close with her. This is progress. She's not looking at me with the, what my family calls the evil eye that birds get when they are unhappy with you being too close. Which means this bird is shockingly bribable. And she also knows I'm not going to grab her without reason, so I think that helps. Oh, you look very cute with that little ruff. Are you just going to hang out on my head, Cloud? Hmm? Well, I was hoping more birds wanted to bathe, but I guess everyone's sort of in a chill mode. I guess the exciting part of their day was my hosing everything down in front of them. Yeah, these perches really need to be scrubbed, but I just don't have the arm strength to do it today. Oh, and because somebody asked in one of my last videos, "Oh, are you gonna sit?" the black marks that you see on Cloud and on Newt are, especially on Cloud though, are not a feather condition problem. They are simply pigment. Newt is ash red, and he's carrying blue, which is what usually explains these flecks that you see on ash red birds, because ash red is dominant, and on males can carry 2 copies of color, while females can only carry 1. So a female ash red is probably not as likely to have these flecks, though I did find out recently that these dark flecks can appear on any ash red bird. But on Cloud, they could be a sign of him carrying blue, but considering his parents are somewhat of a conundrum in terms of what they were genetically. For instance, if Taco and Cloud's dad was what most people suspect he is, he shouldn't have been able to produce a hen that looks like Taco, because he wouldn't have been able to produce anything but blue hens and red boys that were carrying blue. So something weird happened, and now that we have a clutch coming from Cloud and Taco, hopefully we'll figure out a little more of what they're carrying, and you know, what the babies are sexes are going to be. So maybe we'll solve the mystery, maybe we won't. It's entirely possible that Taco is actually blue, but is entirely masking it with a combination of other genes, which I won't really get into because it's semi-complicated, and there's a lot of different options for what could have happened. But let me get a good look at Cloud's spots now that he's not on me. See those big black flecks on him? They actually have increased with age. He used to have less of them. But since he was a juvenile, he has had some black flecks. He's even getting some on his head now. Jeez. That's new. So, actually, I'll be interested to see what this bird looks like when he's 10. You know, if he makes it that long. I hope he will. But I don't know how healthy the stock is that he comes from. You know, I'd say the goal for a pigeon's lifespan should be about 15, but you know, it just doesn't happen all the time, depending on genetics and care. You know, obviously I'm caring for them to the best of my ability, and I've recently been able to stock up on a bunch of medication that I just previously couldn't justify spending the money on with just 4 birds, but you know, with babies in the way, I really want to make sure that everybody leaves healthy, grows up healthy, and if anybody leaves my loft and has something I didn't know was in my loft, I can take care of it before any more babies leave with a condition I was not aware of. I really think health is important when you're, you know, sending animals to people. And you know, I could finally afford it with the stimulus check that I finally qualified for. So that's sort of the situation. I feel a little bad because I came in here. Oh my god, Newt's like sleepy. Okay, then. Hi. I feel a little bad because I came in here earlier and Newt came over to say hi right away. You landed on my shoulder. And you said that you wanted to preen me, but I was like, dude, I'm sorry, I gotta clean the loft. Oh. Sleepy daddy on his nest. Storm tried to kick him off the nest at least 3 times. During, what? I'm adjusting my focus, dude. But while I was cleaning the loft, because he went and sat on the eggs, probably because he was bored. And she shoves herself back in that corner, and just like, she half sits on him, she sits next to him, she steps on him, she's like, please get off the eggs. But Daddy needs his turn. Daddy needs the comfort of having eggs. What I'm very curious about, you know, I've spent time out here, obviously, with these birds, because everybody's, not everybody, most everybody's very friendly, very, very keen to see me. But, you know, this winter I didn't get out here as much as I wanted to because of chronic illness. And so I haven't been able to just watch them with the nests. And I'm wondering if the lucernes have some inkling that these eggs are perhaps different than the fakes they've been given their whole lives. Because they seem to be, at least in my limited observation, just a little more intense about this nest than the previous nests. I know a lot of birds have egg to a parent, like, communication in some form. And I believe I saw somebody say that there's evidence that pigeons may be doing the same thing. So that would explain, you know, they're, you know, sensing that these eggs are active and alive and are a little more invested in sitting on them. But I can't prove that, so take that with a grain of salt. Clouds on my head, by the way. Where'd Storm go? I heard you move. What are you doing? Are you thinking about that bath again? You're a very pretty bird. In terms of babies with the lucernes, I'm very interested to see what the body form is going to look like. If you haven't noticed, Newt is pretty heavy-breasted for a lucerne, especially compared to Storm, who is more the quote-unquote ideal shape for a lucerne. It's because Newt was outcrossed with another breed at some point a couple generations ago, maybe more. His father, especially his uncle, were absolute units. Huge birds, very broad. Storm actually shacked up with Newt's uncle before she left her home loft and came here. Storm was a very early developer. She went through puberty very early. She laid her first egg at 4 months. Most hens lay at about 6 months. Some hens don't lay until they're about a year old. It all depends on the bird. But Storm was definitely ready to get going. Because she likes her man meaty, and she likes him to be the big boss. When Newt first came out here, she was not very interested in him because he was still acting like a little baby. He's only about, I don't know, 3 weeks younger than she is. Am I going? I'm sorry. Almost. Am I going there? But when Newt finally cut up hormonally and started maturing and, you know, showed that he was a big bird with, you know, good genes and good vigor, she was like, oh, okay. Previously, she had been letting, or perhaps inviting, Cloud to drive her. I have not seen that since we saw Newt and Storm pair up. She's obviously happy enough with him now. And honestly, Taco doesn't show any interest in Newt, and Newt doesn't really show off to her, and Cloud doesn't show off to Storm. Oh god, okay. I'm gonna land on my phone. So honestly, we have two pairs who are very, and maybe not invested, but they're not interested in the other choices that they have here. I'll be interested to see what happens when we get a second pair of Lucerne. We'll see if the pairs switch around any. I don't think the tipplers are going to break up because pigeons tend to like pigeons that look like them or like their parents looked in particular, which is why human imprinted pigeons are often very confused about who should be their mate. And another reason especially why I am keeping my babies until they are 8 weeks old, so they are both properly socialized with people, but also know how to be a bird. Because pigeons that do not know they are birds can be especially aggressive or have behavior problems with people because they aren't very good at communicating with people in ways that we are great at seeing. So they've learned that you know, biting hard isn't really something that's going to get them bitten back by another bird. They've learned that the behavior that they have is the only way they can show their feelings and be understood. And I've heard it described in terms of you know, human imprints being I've completely, oh my gosh, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, in terms of human imprints, they are somewhat shouting at other birds because they're not giving off the subtle body language that the rest of the birds are giving each other. So the other birds are like, dude, you don't have to talk that loud. So I wanna prepare every bird that comes out of here with the social skills they need for whatever situation they're gonna end up in eventually. Like, you never know, hey, maybe I want a second bird for my first bird because I don't spend enough time with my first bird. I'm gonna get my bird a mate. Well, if I give you a human imprint, that's not gonna be easy, is it? The human imprint is pretty much always gonna try to choose a human as a mate first, and not a bird. While human socialized birds can bond to just about anybody. You know, given the opportunity and the right circumstances. Yeah, I know, you like my head. Trying to, oh, she came out and she went back under the table. I put this table here as a landing pad, and also to protect the food bowl from poops from the nest areas, because I don't really have a good place to put the food bowl. It's both under a roof and, you know, safe from just tons of poop. So it's my little solution. We put a couple, you know, rough landing pads there, so if they don't like the slight slipperiness of the table, they can just land on the wood or the brick and go down from there. And they have room to fly down all the way. So there's the, this is the, where we put the door, which we've just taken off this week. And during the winter I scoot the table back more so they have more room to just land without, you know, hitting the table. Just gotta do what works for your loft and your situation. Oh, he's so sleepy. He's so sleepy. Are you a sleepy daddy? Oops, didn't mean to scare you, Storm. If I did, I'm not sure I did. Look at this big daddy. Yeah, there's those black flecks I was talking about. Oh, Newt. It's considered apparently a flaw in showing, but I'm not showing. I'm trying to breed friendly birds. And Newt has proven time and time again that he is a friendly bird. Except when he's guarding his nest. He's a vicious bird. Will you wing slap me if I reach in there? Hmm? When you're comfy? Hey, Newt. Hi. Oh, he's so mad. So mad. He's so mad. Oh, yes, he's so mad. Oh, he's so mad. Alright, I'll get out of your box because I'm bothering you. Sometimes you just gotta mess with your birds. Especially if they know you don't mean him any harm. I don't purposefully mess with Storm. I'll mess with the other birds though. Like this one. This one. Wanna wrestle? Wanna wrestle? Get you. Look at his tail. Are you too busy showing off? Cloud also somewhat sees me as something between a side piece and a wife. I'm allowed into his nest without any fighting when he's on the eggs, but I'm not allowed to preen him or pet him. But he also does find my feet and hands, which are, you know, somewhat flat, to be sexy, and we'll try to tread them occasionally because that's our weird little bond. Alright, well this video is now 30 minutes long, so I think that's probably good enough. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try to get a better pool time video soon. This was meant to be a pool time video, but it is not turning out that way. Just so you know, we are currently on day 10 of development with the lucerne eggs. Both eggs. We candled last night. We could see one of the embryos moving. And that was very exciting. So everybody so far is doing well in there. Hopefully everybody will hatch without any problems. And soon we will have baby videos, baby update videos, and baby socialization videos. If I think of any more categories of videos, I will put those together too. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Hope you watch again sometime.